Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustler TV. And if you have watched my first video on plucking a dense lace and permanently fixing over bleached knots, then you should already know this is part 2 to that video using this same Eullair hair. Now today I will be installing this lace closure in bundles on my cousin today, and this just will be a simple, quick, easy center part installation with baby hairs. Now first and foremost, I did go ahead and put on her cap, the first cap, but I'm going to put on the second cap after putting that lace closure on and having it glued down and everything like that. And also today I'm going to glue the closure on first before even bonding in the rest of the hair. So as you can see, I am applying my Ruby Kisses foundation all over the closure. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the thick pieces off the lace closure off the sides and place it on her head for her to hold it down. Now the reason why I do not apply the second cap when I'm doing a quick weave until after I have the closure on, because you will see in this video I will pull that black stocking cap all the way on top of that closure, so I'm able to glue all the tracks in. And using 2 caps, I'll be able to glue the tracks in versus gluing all the tracks on 1 cap. I always use 2 caps for my quick weave installations because it protects the hair much better. But what I'm doing right now is she's holding that closure down. I'm going to sew that closure all around, and then once I finish gluing that all around, I will begin to tack down that lace closure. So now that that closure is all sewed on, I'm going to go ahead and begin to start adding my layers of glue to this lace closure. Now off camera and before I even put the wig cap on, I do all of my cleaning of the hairline using my 99% alcohol. If you can't find 99, 91 is the closest one, the best one that you're going to get if you cannot find that 99% alcohol. But they do have 99% alcohol from the brand Swan, so maybe you can find it on Amazon or a different store. They have it at my local beauty supply store, but the store that I go to, that's the only one I've seen that 99% alcohol, in. But once you clean that hairline, you could go ahead and begin to apply all of your layers of your lace glue, and just go ahead and blow dry that, closure down. And I will go ahead and cut off the extra lace, tack anything that's lifting. Then I will take my bed head and spread across that hairline and tie it down with that Beautiful Hustler melt belt. Now what I did before applying my melt belt, I just went ahead and parted the closure down the center, and I'm going to part off the section for the baby hairs. That's so once I bond in the hair, the part is pretty much in place. I just have to do getting it laid and hot combing out the roots and everything like that. This just makes the process just a little tad bit faster. So I am going to, like I said, part the hair down the middle, that closure down the middle, and section off the baby hair area. And now I'm going to go ahead and use that bed head and that melt belt to tie down that closure and secure it. And I let that sit 10 minutes before adding the second stocking cap on, because you will need to remove that melt belt before putting on that second cap and bonding in those tracks. So like I mentioned, I let that sit for about 10 minutes and then remove that melt belt. And now I'm just going to go right into adding that second cap and removing that melt belt, because I don't want to glue any of the tracks on that melt belt. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that before I start gluing the tracks onto the hair. So now that that second cap is on there, I'm just going to go ahead and take some spritz and some holding spray and spray that all on top of the stocking cap, and this will help your track stick better once you start using that bonding glue. And I do use a 30-second pro bonding glue just because it dries pretty faster, and just this part is pretty, you know, self-explanatory. I have tutorials where I explain in detail how to bond in, you know, tracks and everything like that in the back, so I'm not going to show the whole process of bonding a track. So you will see me starting off and it will switch to all of the tracks being in and just me focusing on the actual styling part of this tutorial. So just stay tuned and I will be back shortly. So now that all the tracks have been bonded in, I just pretty much took down the two little ponytails I had with the closure tied up, and now I'm just going to go in with my wax stick and begin to hot comb out the roots and everything like that, and just you know, lifting up the closure a little bit in those places because it was a little bit puffy and I really wanted that hair to be very, very smooth in the inside of that closure as well. So that's why I applied the wax stick in between that lace closure. So once I comb through that lace closure with the hot comb, it'll really get all of that hair nice and sleek. So I'm just going to go in with that hot comb like I mentioned and comb those hairs out. And you just want to be very, very careful with the hot comb. Don't sit it on top of the lace too long, because one, you can burn a hole in the lace or you can burn your client. So just be very careful, especially around the forehead area too, because it is easy to burn someone. So you need to be very, very careful. And if you are not so like comfortable with just using a regular hot comb and using it on a stove and knowing when it's too hot to use or not safe to use, then the best advice I can give is just getting you a plug-in hot comb, which can still burn you if you're not careful, but it only gets hot to a certain degree. So versus the stove just getting hotter and hotter and hotter with no limit is best. If you are a beginner, just use the plug-in hot comb. So yeah, I'm just going to continue to basically use my bed head to, you know, get those hairs down really laid, and hot comb and blow dryer on heat, just, you know, smoothing everything down and combing everything down. Then I would get into actually doing like the baby hairs, and also black spraying that part and concealing that part as well. So just also double check too to make sure that your part is down the center, because you would hate to get everything all smooth and laid down and then realize your part is not in the middle. So that's why you may see me sometimes like checking in front of me, like I have to stand in front of them to make sure the part is straight. But as far as the baby hair today, I just will be using that Got To Be gel, and I'm just going to create 3 C's and just smooth it on out and get it blended in with the rest of that hair from that lace closure. And then I'm going to get into concealing the part with the black spray. And even though I fixed the over bleached knots, I still would do the whole black spray concealer of the part method, because it just gets that part super sleek and super clean. So I do this step with every installation, because it does make a big difference in your finishing results. So after I swoop those baby hairs, as I mentioned, I will go ahead and black spray and conceal that part out. Now I have black sprayed that part, so now I'm just going to take that concealer, and as you see me applying it, you see that it cleans it up and makes it more straight. And I just take some oil sheen and spray it right on top to get rid of that dry look. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take my spray bottle and wet the hair up and comb the curls out. And you want to be careful with this step, because it is a quick weave. You can easily comb the tracks out, because that glue has not cured all the way. Even though it's 30-second glue, it does still take some time to, you know, cure and dry thoroughly. So just be careful when combing that hair out. But this hair was very easy to comb through. I didn't get in any, you know, tangling or anything like that. And I did wet the hair. The more you wet the hair, the easier it should be to, you know, rub your fingers through it and everything like that. But this is the finishing results. This was a quick, simple, easy lace closure installation. So thank you for watching.